the anthem. Prayers.
Almighty God, who in your infinite wisdom and providential goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of humanity. We beseech you to look upon with abundant favor these your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of such important trust in this land. Let your blessings set upon them here assembled, and grant that they may, as in your presence, treat and consider all matters that come under deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as promote your own glory, and to advance the good of those interests you have committed to their charge. Amen.
Proclamation by the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament. Whereas Article 101, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution of Uganda mandates His Excellency the President at the beginning of the session of Parliament to deliver to Parliament an address on the state of nation. Aware that His Excellency the President of Republic of Uganda has, in accordance with Article 101, Sub-Article 1, indicated to the Speaker of Parliament his intention to address Parliament on State of Nation Address on Wednesday, 7th June 2023. Now, therefore, in accordance with Rule 17(1) of the Rules of Procedure, I hereby proclaim that Parliament shall sit at Kalolo Ceremonial Grounds on Wednesday, 7th June 2023 at 14 hours to receive the address of His Excellency the President of Uganda and the State of Nation, and Kalolo Ceremonial Grounds to be the precincts of Parliament for the above mentioned purpose, given under my hands and at Parliament House, Kampala, on 7th day June 2023 by the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Annette Among.
Item number 4, communication from the Chair.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the First Lady and the Honorable Minister of Sports, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, High Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Principal Judge, Justice Flavian, representing the Chief Justice, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Thomas Daeva, His Lordship, the Deputy Chief Justice, the Vice Chairperson of NRM Party, the visiting speakers, and the heads of the national legislatures of our Eastern African countries, the Right Honorable Prime Minister of Uganda and leader of government business, the leader of opposition in Parliament, cabinet ministers, ministers of state, the Justice of Court of Judicature, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors, the High Commissioners, and the heads of diplomatic mission, my colleagues, the members of Parliament, and members of Parliament of other parliaments like DRC, the delegation from the Buganda Kingdom, led by OHT Professor Twaha, the traditional and cultural leaders, the senior public servants, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Before I can say anything, I want to introduce the traditional leaders that are around. The traditional leaders, we have the Emormor of Teso, that is His Royal Highness Sande Paul Emolot. Can you just wave to the President? We have the Prime Minister of Busoga Kingdom, and that is Dr. Mubawala. You're most welcome. We also have the First Deputy Katikkiro of Buganda Kingdom, Alhaji Twaha Kawase Kigongo. We have His Royal Highness Obara Robert King of Bwigwe. Your Excellency, allow me to introduce my colleagues, the visiting speakers. We have the Right Honorable Joseph Intakuri Mana, that is the Speaker of the East African Legislative Assembly. You're most welcome. We have Honorable Emmanuel Bugingo. He's a Chairman of Committee of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation in the Parliament of Rwanda. Welcome, thank you so much for coming. We also have Right Honorable Saguma. He is the second Vice President of the Senate of Democratic Republic of Congo. Most welcome. We also have a delegation of members of parliament from Congo. Can you just stand up and wave? We have a big delegation from there. You're most welcome. Honorable members, I want to welcome you to this special sitting of Parliament, which marks the official opening of the third session of 11th Parliament. We are profoundly honored and immensely privileged to host His Excellency the President at today's sitting, during which we will receive the address on a state of nation, and this is in furtherance to Article 101, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution of Republic of Uganda, 1995. Your Excellency and Mama Janet, you're most welcome to Parliament of Uganda. Honorable members and distinguished guests, we are happy to report that Parliament has continued to make significant milestones in promoting the peace, order, development, and good governance in the country as it is envisaged in Article 79, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution of Republic of Uganda, through its performance in the mandate that is given to the legislature of oversight, legislation, representation, and appropriation. Your Excellency and honorable members, during the second session, we regrettably lost 2 members of Parliament of 11th Parliament. We lost Honorable Patrick Okabe, a former member of Parliament of Serere County. We lost Honorable Charles Okello Engola, the former member of Parliament of Oyam, former Minister of State for Labor and Employment Relations. In addition, the cruel hand of death also snatched other citizens, and these are notably the former member of Parliament of Rubaga South in the 10th Parliament, that is Honorable Kato Lubwama Paul. The former member of Parliament of Padere County in the 7th Parliament and former Minister of State of Public Service, Honorable Patrick Aloysius Okumuringa. Our gallant soldiers of the UPDF serving in the peace support operation in Somalia. The victims of landslides in the part of eastern and western Uganda. The victims of the road carnage and various accidents that are happening in the country. We convey our heartfelt sympathies and condolence to you, Mr. President, and to the people of Uganda as large. And the condolence is from Parliament of Uganda, and for the loss of these gallant sons and the daughters of Uganda. May we kindly rise up for and observe a moment of silence in their honor.
May their souls rest in eternal peace.
Your Excellency, I take this opportunity to convey our most sincere thanks to you from Parliament of Uganda and to government for the invaluable support and cooperation that you've rendered to Parliament, and that has enabled us to execute our mandate without any hindrance. We are sincerely grateful, Your Excellency. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, as a people-centered Parliament, we reiterate our commitment to work for the people of Uganda in a coordinated manner with the other arms of government for the good of the people and the generations to come. We will always work for the people outside there whom we represent. Your Excellency, and honorable members, the State of Nation Address is an avenue of accountability by the Chief Executive to the nation on the government's plans versus the achievements in the previous financial year. The last State of Nation Address was again on 7th June 2022, and we are having the State of Nation Address today, 7th June 2023. We are giving accountability to Uganda for what we have done in the previous year. Honorable members, the delivery of the address by His Excellency, the President of Uganda, is pursuant to Article 101(1) of the Constitution of Uganda, which marks the beginning of the third session of the 11th Parliament. It's an exposition of the future aspirations of the government for its people in Uganda. I want again to thank and congratulate the members of Parliament for finishing the second session. Congratulations. Your Excellency, the last State of Nation Address, you listed 62 items comprising of government's legislative agenda for the second session. On this, 55 of them were bills, while others were reports. I wish to report that only 17 bills out of the planned 55 bills were actually introduced, representing barely 31% of what was presented. The bills that were introduced include the following: the Anti-Terrorism Amendment Bill 2022, the Insolvency Amendment Bill 2022, the Companies Amendment Bill 2022, the Museum and Monuments Bill 2022, the Fiscal Activity and Sports Bill 2022, the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institution Amendment Bill 2022, the Law Revision Miscellaneous Amendment Bill 2022, the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2023, the Value Added Tax Amendment Bill 2023, the Excise Duty Amendment Bill 2023, the Lotteries and Gaming Amendment Bill 2023, the Tax Procedure Code Amendment Bill 2023, the Traffic and Road Safety Amendment Bill 2023, the Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2023, the Appropriation Bill 2023, the Employment Amendment Bill number 2, 2022, the Competitions Bill 2022. In addition, government introduced 8 bills that were not in the government legislative agenda, and these include the Public Health Amendment Bill 2022, the Cooperative Societies Amendment Bill 2022, the Anti-Money Laundering Amendment Bill 2022, the Trustee Incorporation Amendment Bill 2022, the Partnership Amendment Bill 2022, the Uganda Human Organ Donation and Transplant Bill 2022, the Convention on Mutual Administrative Assistance in Tax Matters, that's the Implementation Bill 2023, the Public Service Pension Fund Bill 2023. Your Excellency, the realization of the Parliament legislative mandate is duly complemented by the private members' bills, notably the Anti-Homosexuality Bill 2023, the National Sports Bill 2023, the National Local Content Bill 2022, the Parliamentary Pension Amendment Bill 2022, the Market Bill 2022, the Employment Amendment Bill 2022. As you are aware, honorable members, Article 94B of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda grants a private member a right to initiate a private member's bill. I want to thank the members who brought the private members' bills. It's your right. This Parliament is committed to ensuring that the members exercise their right to complement government in legislation without any hindrance, and will always work in consultation with the government whenever we have a bill that is coming on the floor. Your Excellency and honorable members, the government's legislative agenda is usually aimed at aiding the attainment of specific policy and development targets of government. I therefore urge you, the leader of government business and the government chief whip, to ensure that the third session witnesses a better achievement of the government's legislative agenda, better than what we had in the second session. Your Excellency, as part of our accountability as legislature, I wish to report during the session of the 11th Parliament, we have held 105 sittings. We have enacted 38 bills. We have passed 39 resolutions, of which 10 were to grant leave to private members to introduce private members' bills. We've adopted 67 reports, concluded 3 petitions, debated 73 ministerial statements. We have considered 7 statements from members. We've also considered 7 statements from opposition. Your Excellency and the honorable members, the bills passed in the second session exceed the 23 bills that were passed in the first session by 15 bills, meaning you had an improvement in terms of the bills by 15 bills. Congratulations. This is a testimony of the efficiency and effectiveness of you, the 11th Parliament. Distinguished guests and gentlemen, some of the critical pieces of legislation that has been passed in the second session of the 11th Parliament include the Anti-Homosexuality Bill, which is now an act, the Market Act 2023, the Human Organ Donation and Transplant 2023, the Law Revision, that's Miscellaneous Amendment 2022, and the Competition Act 2023. All these laws seek to address the needs of the society in pursuit to better living, development, and prosperity. Your Excellency and honorable members, the Anti-Homosexuality Act has by far elicited the most attention and debate. I wish to reiterate that as representatives of the people, we legislate to the best interest of our people that we represent, as envisaged in Article 1, 79, and 31 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, in protecting the sanctity of family as a bedrock to our God-fearing country. Honorable members, we want to thank you for standing firm in defending our cultures, our values, and the traditions as per the aspirations of our people and prescribed in Objective 19 and 24 of our national objectives and direct principles of policy state. I therefore want to congratulate all those members who supported this bill, now which is an act. Congratulations. In the same vein, with the humility, Your Excellency President, I want to thank the President of the Republic of Uganda, who is none other than General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for his steadfast action in safeguarding the interest of Ugandans and withstanding all the pressures in a bid to preserve our national interest and abiding by our national motto, which says, "For God and my country." Thank you so much, Mr. President. We also want to thank the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, for propagating the Christian values and encouraging the President in executing his mandate as a Chief Executive. Mama, we want to thank you so much because we know you believe in families. As representatives of the people, we sincerely thank the people of Uganda for their prayers and entrusting us to legislate for them, and now encourage the task. We now encourage the duty bearers under the law to execute the mandate that is bestowed upon them in operationalizing the Anti-Homosexuality Bill 2023. It is now their duty to enforce the law in a fair, steadfast, and firm manner without fear or favor, for the good of Uganda, for the good of our cultures, for the good of our traditions. I once more want to thank the honorable members for their work that they've done in this session, for their consistency, and the general public for the prayers. Colleagues, as we embark on the third session, which is going to start today, that the President is going to open, we hope he opens it. We are duty-bound to effectively serve our electorates that we represent through a regular attendance and participation both in the House and committees. Honorable members, as leaders, as presiding officers, we realized there is a gap that should be fixed on issues of attendance, both at committee level and at the House. You are here to represent the people outside there. You are the voice of the voiceless. So you must be in the House to speak for those people who cannot speak for themselves in that House. We owe it to those electorates. As a people-centered parliament, we will play our role to ensure that we will do all it takes for our people. Honorable members, Rule 1871 of the Rules of Procedure requires the designation of members of sectoral committees at the beginning of every session. Therefore, pursuant to Rule 1510C of the Rules of Procedure, I urge the whips to designate members to the sectoral committees at the next sitting for us to be able to start the work immediately. Distinguished guests and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, our expectation of the third session remains as high as ever, and we urge all the members and staff of Parliament to exercise diligence, dedication, and work at all times for us to achieve what we want to achieve in the third session. Honorable members, I would like to remind you on Rule 10(4)(a) of our Rules of Procedure that states, the President, while occupying the chair of state, may make a presidential statement which shall be heard in silence and not followed by any comment or question. I am repeating. The President, while occupying the chair of the state, may make a presidential statement or address which shall be heard in silence and not followed by any comment or question. I therefore implore you to abide by the rules so that we all benefit from His Excellency's address. You will have an ample time as members of Parliament to debate on the address of the President. Similarly, the leader of opposition will have an opportunity to give a reply on the State of Nation address. So we'll hear from the President and we'll listen in silence. I say all this for God and my country.
Item number 5, invitation by the Right Honorable Speaker to His Excellency the President to deliver to Parliament an address on the state of the nation in accordance with Article 101(1) of the Constitution.
Your Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, it is your mandate under Article 101, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution of Uganda, 1995, to deliver to the country a State of the Nation address, the purpose of which this House has convened here today. I now take the singular honor and privilege to invite you, Your Excellency, to address the August House and by extension to address the country. You are most welcome.
The Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, His Lordship the Chief Justice, the Deputy Speaker, His Lordship the